जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपीजन यशोदानंदन व्रजजाना रंजना। यशोदानंदन व्रजजाना रंजना। जमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा। गीता हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रवचकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशी श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रवचकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशी श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणे जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरेर्नाम 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 एव केवलं कलो नास्त्येव नास्त्येव नास्त्यैव गतिरन्यथा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण I'm trying to find out the topic you give me. How to utilize time effectively and making schedule for our day. So, what is your exact question? Can you rephrase it or tell it in other words? Yes, bro. How to, the topic is how to utilize time effectively and making schedule for our day. So, what is your exact question? Can you rephrase it? Can you ask me in a form of a question so I can answer that?
Like we most of the devotees are working also and we are studying also and simultaneously we have to practice our devotional life also to time management ऐसा होता है काफी बार chanting हो जाता है काफी बार reading नहीं हो पाता है फिर कोई कोई चीजें जो ऐसे हमें prioritize करनी होती है वो आगे पीछे जाती है कभी सेवा भी होता है कभी live in temple also तो जी कैसे हम अपना as we are students and हम are working also कैसे और time management अच्छे से कर सकते हैं अच्छे से हम भक्ति भी अच्छे से कर सकते हैं एटलीस्ट हमारा जो बेसिक जो मटेरियल जो थिंग्स वी हैव टू डू इस वीडियो में
Balance कैसे करें? Yes.
working now, but I feel very difficult to read Prabhupada's books and hear some in spite of working. So, very challenging for me. How to manage it.
Okay. Actually, you may not think that, but I have already discussed that for 1 hour last time whenever you called me. Can anyone tell me the dates if you can remember? I want to know the date actually for some other reason. So, your age is there. In different age in our life, there are different priorities. Youth is different, boyhood is different, middle age is different, old age is different. Sometimes, in youth and boyhood, The seriousness doesn't come that way. In many things, for some studies and for someone in Krishna consciousness who are devotees. But as you go beyond 40, 50, your responsibilities are different. You have enjoyed material life also to some extent. You are fed up with material enjoyment also. The rasgulla which appears very attractive at the age of 10, at the age of 50, it doesn't appear that attractive. बहुत रसगुल्ले खाए होते. But there is no taste in rasgulla that we have. I'm telling really the fact. There is no taste in it. I told you last time, at the age of 2, balloon appears very attractive. Balloon. But at the age of 10, you throw the balloon whenever somebody gives you balloon like that. So samosa, kachori, if I tell you that there is a feast and there are samosas, kachori, shrikhand, puri, rasgulla, gulab jamun, your mouth will be watering. But if you tell me, I'm not really excited to eat kachoris and samosa. It's so of trouble for me. I don't want to eat kachoris and samosa. If you tell rasgulla and gulab jamun, I can hardly eat one. Why? Not because I have become Babaji or something, or pronounced person. No, because I have eaten so much of rasgullas and kachoris and samosas and gulab jamun in my life that I am fed up with that. So certain material renunciation comes, and the responsibility is also not there. My son is working at your age. All of you are unmarried, and some, you are thinking of girl or wife. You are dreaming your future. You are dreaming your married life. So that occupies your mind. Some of you may not also. I am not saying that all of you are. But, so that's what I told you. And then life is a 50 overs match. You cannot expect to score century in the 6th over. But somebody is batting 45 overs like me, and if he is scoring century, you should not think in the 5th over itself, uske jaisa main century maar dunga. You have to play for 45 years, 45 overs. Are you getting the point or no? So your schedule, tight schedule or tight Krishna conscious schedule will become when you become 50, 45 like that. No, you are youth, but still I will try to answer this question. Whether you are brahmachari, so you are full-time Krishna conscious activities available for full-time Krishna conscious activities, then you can make schedule, because then you have to get up along with everybody at 4:30. So are you able to get up and join morning program at 4:30? I'm asking honestly. All of you. Okay, then you are able to chant your rounds also before 7:30. All of you. Most of the round, not all the rounds. Why? What is the reason? डोजिंग वो तो इटर्नल चलेगा, उसमें क्या है, सभी करते हैं. डोजिंग बोल रहे हो ना, वो तो सभी करते हैं, उसमें क्या है, उसमें कोई बड़ी बात है, वो क्या नया है वो. एवरीबडी इज फॉन्ड ऑफ दैट.
Some of us take 10 minutes for 1 hour.
So some of us, how many of you can finish complete your 16 rounds in 1 hour 45 minutes? How many of you take more than that? Then you have to increase your speed. Why the speed is less? Any reason?
That will
Achha.
The mind also under.
Your speed is less, or
Generally 2 hours takes for me.
okay. Then 5:30 to 7:30 you should be able to complete around. What time you have office? Those who are working. Because unless I know what is the problem, how schedule तो क्या है, मैं बोल दूंगा schedule get up at 4 o'clock, join morning program 4:30 to 7:30. Here Bhagavatam, attend Guru Puja. Here Bhagavatam. No need to tell anybody. Prabhupada has already given. Attend Bhagavatam 9 सवा 9 बजे आ जाओ, रेडी होके ऑफिस चले जाओ. बीच में 1 घंटा निकालो शाम को और पढ़ लो भागवतम. But I don't know what exactly you are expecting. See, chanting के लिए time, you take more time, that is okay. Then how many rounds you are able to chant in 2 hours? Only 12 rounds?
I mean,
12 or 30. You have to increase the speed then. I don't know whether somebody has suggested you. 6 to 7 minutes around is okay, because most of the good devotees, they chant between 6 to 7 minutes, 8 rounds. Even not. How much time Radhesham Prabhu takes? You have any idea? 1 hour 40. 1 hour 45 minutes is very standard. 6.5 hours, 6.5 minutes. 6.5 minutes per hour round is excellent. I take around 6 to 6.5. 6 hours, 6 minutes 30 minutes, 6 minutes 30 seconds. So you have to increase the round. The problem is not in your scheduling. The problem is in your speed. You have to increase the speed. Your tongue may be very thick, so not able to twist the tongue properly. That if that is the problem, you have to improve upon that. 2 घंटों में you have to complete your chanting 16 rounds. Between 5. That is the first thing I think you should do, all of. Okay, then what else is the problem? Reading. Reading is a problem. Huh? So you are reading. What is the reading problem? You're not able to get time, or not getting interest, or not getting or lethargy is there. Huh?
Like reading meanings of God. Sometimes it happens that there's no interest. Yes.
Oh, because of that you don't read at all, or you don't feel like reading it, or you read it and don't understand it. What is the issue?
I feel to read, but when I think that difficult translate,
You give up. So what is the end result? You don't read, then okay. See, there is nothing wrong in telling the truth. What is the problem? That problem is with everybody. ISKCON devotees' problem are the same. There is no new problem. Doctor बिना देखे prescribe कर देता है. But what exactly out of the 7-10 problems, what problem exactly you have? That is the question. All the ISKCON devotees, they don't understand what they are in. Even I read 2 hours a day, sometimes more than 2 hours. But if you tell me after 2 hours what you read, I will not able to tell you even one line what I read. I chant 32 rounds every day. So around 3 hours 15 minutes to 3 hours 30 minutes. But if you tell me how many Mahamantra you remember you chanted, not a single Mahamantra I remember that I chanted. So this is a common problem. We are chanting. We are not doing Shravan Kirtan during chanting. We are doing only Kirtan during chanting and not Shravan. We are expert in Kirtan, whether it is chanting or whether it is giving class, but we are not good at Shravan, whether hearing chanting or hearing class. Most of us. So the first answer to this is, I think you have to reduce your time of chanting to 6 to 7 minutes. Even 7.5 minutes per chant is okay, because that's too high. Otherwise you are losing something. You are spaced out. It means you are thinking too much while chanting, or you are chanting too slowly, or you are taking gaps between chanting, or you are not moving your beats when even you have chanted the mantra. I don't know. Find out what is your problem. You have to bring down your time to 2 hours or less than 2 hours. And 1 hour 45 minutes is good. Many of the great sannyasis of ISKCON, they chant below 90 minutes. They take below 90 minutes. And if you hear attentively, I know I'm not talking of them, because if all of us, if we hear attentively, it takes 1 hour 45 minutes. That is the ideal time you take. Because you can speak faster and hear slowly. And if you speak more faster than the speed with which you can hear, you miss out to hear. When you are not hearing, chanting is fast. And when you are not at all hearing, your chanting is very slow. Because your mind is occupied somewhere else. So that is the chanting. Then if you are getting time up to 7:30 every day, and still you are not able to complete your 16 round, then there is no question of scheduling, because you cannot take out more time for chanting than this, because 2 hours are given since Prabhupada time, so they are sufficient to chant 16 rounds. So there the question is not of scheduling. When the problem is, or when grahasthas who are married and who stay at home, the problem is that they are not able to get up at 6, 6:30 or 7 also. And they have to go to office at 9. So they have to get ready. So it takes 30 minutes to get ready. And then some household works are there. Some children are going to school. They have to assist their wife because wife is cooking and wife is also working. So she has also to go. And both of them have got up at 6. तो शेड्यूलिंग करना है. फिर उसके बाद शेड्यूलिंग का क्वेश्चन आता है. इफ यू आर गेटिंग अप अर्ली मॉर्निंग एट 4 o'clock and attending morning program and chanting, giving time for chanting up to 7:30, I don't think there is any question of scheduling. If suppose I am not able to chant my 16 round before 7:30, and even though I am there in the temple from 4:30 to 7:30, then even I will not be able to find time for my chanting. Anyway, so about reading, even if you do not understand what you are reading, read it. And you have heard that Gaurang Darshan Prabhu, he tells in his book, and I have attended his some seminars also in IPL, not IPL, what is that? Kingston Leadership and ILS. By the way, I don't watch IPL or cricket. I used to watch a lot. I will tell, 20 years back, I was a die-hard fan of cricket. Then up to 5 years, in the last World Cup, 2019 World Cup, I was aware what's happening in cricket. But since 5 years, I am not at all aware what is happening in the world of cricket. I used to know about movies up to 1998, that year which I came in ISKCON. Then I lost track of movies. And these days I don't know, 10 years, I do not know anything about movies. So, he was telling that even if you do not understand, like we eat food, weight, calcium, proteins, manganese, zinc, then so many vitamins, calories, but we do not know what we are eating. We do not understand the value of vitamin. We do not know what is the role of vitamin B12 or D3 or B6 or B3 or B9 in our body. But we do not have any knowledge about that. But when we eat it, it has the effect on our body. Similarly, when you read Bhagavatam, and you may not also remember what you read last time, what you ate last time. If you ask me what I ate yesterday morning, so I have to think. And the day before yesterday, I am not able to recollect one. But that food has made the impact. That has given me the energy, the proteins, the vitamins, the calcium, and so on. It has done its work. So similarly, even though yesterday night what I read, yesterday morning I read the Govardhan Leela. Govardhan Leela, because my personal reading Bhagavatam, I am into 10th canto, some 14, 13 chapter, where Krishna is convincing Nanda Maharaj that we should not do Indra Puja, and they did the Govardhan Puja. And now the next chapter today I will read is how Indra became furious. And in my group reading, we do group reading for 90 minutes every day. So in that group reading, we just completed the Jadabharat pastime. Jadabharat completed further instruction to King Rahugana. That also is over. Now the forest fire, something material world like that. But chapter is about to come, 14th chapter. But if you ask me any line in any purport, I am not able to recollect. In both the personal reading in the morning, group reading in the evening, I am not able to recollect. But that has made an effect on my spiritual consciousness. Even while reading, some of the purports translation, you have to think 10 times, read 10 times to understand what is the meaning of this purport or this translation. How many of you have that experience? कुछ समझता नहीं क्या लिखा है इधर पे ट्रांसलेशन. कुछ चैप्टर होते हैं उसके तो खास करके जहाँ पे फिलोसॉफिकल इंस्ट्रक्शन आते हैं ना, इफ यू हियर जड़ भरत इंस्ट्रक्शन तो उनको समझता ही नहीं क्या इतने बड़े बड़े ट्रांसलेशन. वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू मेक आउट. बट your bhakti is strengthened because you are reading. So when you are mopping a floor, sweeping a floor, You do not know how much, what is the unit of cleanliness, I don't know, but you do not know how much unit I have done cleanliness, but still the seva is done and purity is acquired by that. Krishna's mercy has started working on us because we are doing the seva. So similarly, reading is a seva. Yes, primarily the purpose is that it is a seva. It is an attempt to please Krishna. And the secondary reason is to get knowledge. And out of that knowledge, get conviction and preach. That is. So you know that very popular story of South Indian Brahmin. All of you know that, right? His name was, we do not know his name, but I heard his name in Gaudiya Math, Mayapur, in the exhibition, Diorama exhibition. His name was Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir Brahman, they have written there. So this Yudhishthir Brahman story and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu story is very popular. He was not able to read properly, forget whether he would understand the meaning of the shlokas he was reading. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was pleased with it, with him. So the formula which we know in the material world and the formula which works in the spiritual world are totally different. Totally different. So in your college studies or school studies, you have to understand, you have to apply, you have to analyze, you have to synthesize, you have to design, you have to remember, you have to recollect, and then only you get benefit of it. You cannot say that I have done 2 hours study, so now I will get a good job in Microsoft. But in spiritual life, if you study for 1 to 2 hours, you will definitely get spiritual benefits. Whether you understand or whether you have understood, that is secondary. That is not insignificant, that is not useless, but that is secondary. Because even if I understand everything, but if Krishna is not pleased, what is the use? Like in the Indra pastime, in the Govardhan pastime, you know this famous story. And I'm not saying the Govardhan story. Govardhan story, the purport of the Govardhan story. So, because Indra sent torrents of rain, Krishna lifted the Govardhan, and all the gopis and gopis were under the shelter of Govardhan with Krishna for 7 days and 7 nights. And they otherwise would not get any time to interact with Krishna, to look at Krishna, to glance at Krishna, especially the gopis, young gopis, because Krishna used to go out in the forest. But because of this, he could spend time with his gop and gopis, or they could spend time with Krishna. So indirectly, Indra did a very great job, because Indra helped Krishna. So that's what a great service, isn't it? But was that the purpose of Indra? No. So Indra will not get any credits for that, spiritual benefits for that. Will never get. So if our purpose of reading is to, it is a fact, and that is to be realized. The purpose of the reading, even I do not understand. My subjects were very difficult subjects. Electronics itself is one of the difficult branch. Computer is very easy. And in electronics, there are dangerous subjects which very few people understand. It is power electronics and electromagnetic engineering. Anybody knows power electronics? You know. So it's a very dangerous subject. But I was I was called as a don of power electronics when I was in 20s, and my reputation was not only in Pune but all over India. There is a professor in Bharati Vidyapith, he is a don of power electronics. You can go and ask him. But I still find very difficult to understand even simple translation of Bhagavad, because that needs mercy. Whom I was hearing yesterday, Bhakti Rasamrut Swami. Bhakti Rasamrut Swami, some 3-4 years old lecture, he was saying that we can understand Prabhupada books or Shastras only by Krishna's mercy. Only by Krishna's mercy. If Krishna's mercy there, we will understand. Otherwise, no matter how much intelligent that person is, he will never understand Bhagavad. In cricket, to hit a 6, what is required? Anyone knows?
Timing.
And then what is the other thing? Power. So what is more important, power or timing?
Both.
Both are important, but very thin players, very short players, like Gavaskar, Tendulkar, they used to hit long sixes. And very Pailan type players used to get out, giving catch at long on and long off. So more important than two is the timing.
Time.
If there is good timing, there is a sweet voice coming out of the bat. So timing is more important than power. Power is required, but that power everybody has. Every who is the thinnest devotee here, I think Shivaji Prabhu is there. But he can also hit a six, provided he learns the timing. Right? If your timing is good, you can hit a six, in biggest of the ground. So similarly, power is compared to intelligence in bhakti and timing is compared to our consciousness. So little intelligence is required to understand scriptures, but more than intelligence is our consciousness. Because we may not still understand even if we have consciousness, like that Yudhishthira Brahman. He didn't understand what are the scriptures. But the effect is there. The six is already there. You get the 6 runs for that. So no matter whether you understand it or you don't understand the scriptures, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, whatever you are reading, please continue reading as a seva. As a seva. नहीं समझा तो भी पढ़ते रहो. Many devotees, we have many counsellors, we have many friend devotees. When I was a counsellor of Jaydev Prabhu, many other devotees used to come to him and tell Prabhu ji सगळं वाचतो काहीच कळत नाही. सब पढ़ते कुछ समझ में नहीं आता. So this is a very common problem. Even if you give this to Bill Gates and Modi and who are all other big Elon Musk, and who are other big great learned scholars, even if you give them Bhagavatam, they will not understand one line from Bhagavatam. Because it has nothing to do with intelligence. You may by heart. Slokas also, but that does not guarantee anything in spiritual advance. So understanding comes by Krishna's mercy. And how we get Krishna's mercy? There is no formula. There is no formula at all in this world that Krishna will give us mercy. Of course, there is only one formula, that through the blessings of a great devotee. Father Rajobhishekam. Yes, that is the only formula. But our endeavors, there is no formula. If I do morning program daily for 100 years, I will get Krishna's mercy. No guarantee. If I read Bhagavatam daily 10 hours, no guarantee. Because Krishna Prabhu gives this example. Now, when a beggar is asking money, so the man will give money based on the style of begging. Please give me as a wish. No, the beggar, man will not be pleased by the beggar's style. What will make him give the money? That's all. There is no formula. If he is pleased, that's all. And how he will be pleased? No guarantee. There is no formula. There is no written document published that Krishna will be. Only one thing is know that great devotees blessing. Of course, but there are certain guidelines how to please Krishna. Whether Krishna will be pleased or not, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that I will do my job. That I will do morning program, I will do reading, hearing, chanting, this Navavidha Bhakti. I will do 64 atoms of devotional service. I will do that. Krishna will pleased or not, that is not my business. That is whose business? Krishna's business. I have no control in my hand, whether I have no button with me that I do this, Krishna will be pleased. And I need to bother definitely that Krishna should be pleased, and I should attempt that I should make it in such a way that Krishna will be pleased, but that is not in my hand that Krishna will be pleased. Sometimes a devotee asked this question, Prabhuji, my question was different, but your answer is very long but totally irrelevant. उसका यही आंसर है, बहुत बोलने से फिर क्या होता है, कन्विंस हो जाते कि नहीं हमको पढ़ना है, समझ में आए ना आए. So you have to, if you are not getting time, then we can have schedule. How to do the schedule. And for that, do you think that anybody else can tell you how to make schedule? How many of you think that somebody else has to come to tell you to make the schedule? When we are born, how to drink milk, nobody trained us. किसने ट्रेनिंग दिया हमको, चलो अभी दूध पीते मम्मी का? Nobody. When we get little younger, we know how to eat and what to eat. Everything that is foreign we try to eat. When we grow little, we know how to get attracted to girl. Nobody tells us. There is no formal education, at least in India. So similarly, scheduling, nobody has to tell us how to do scheduling. It comes, suppose someone gets engaged to a girl, and now we have to meet regularly, we have to talk regularly, or married, whatever. We have to talk to her, we have to meet her. And talk is not normal talk, that is very sweet talk we make with her. How many of you need training for that? No. How many of you need scheduling counselor to schedule time so that I can find time to talk to my girlfriend or my fiancée, and how to take out time to meet her or talk to her on phone? How many of you feel you need? If you don't need a scheduler for that, why you need a scheduler for Krishna? Because he is our greatest lover. So the question this question is, has to do with, Prabhupada has already given 4:30 to 7:30, 7:30 to 8 Guru Puja, 8 to 9 Bhagavatam, or 8 to 9:15, 8:10 to 9:10 Bhagavatam. And you have to find time and then read Bhagavatam also. Don't read TLC, especially TLC questions, that certain chapters with Prakash Anand Saraswati and other are very lofty. Philosophy, Mayavad and other things. You can directly read Gita, and after finishing Gita, Prabhupada of course told, many devotees told to read these 5 books. You know that 5 books. TLC, NOD. NOD only one section I read. I've read all the book, NOD, but only first section I read. Other section are beyond my capacity to understand. NOD, TLC, NOI, Gita, and what is the 5th book? TLC. Huh? Yeah. NOD, NOI, TLC, Gita, and Bhagavatam. So you read once, and after that you shift directly to Bhagavatam. Any other question regarding reading, not finding time in reading, or any issues in reading? What are the questions when this topic, when the scheduling time comes? What are the issues associated?
Things written on paper.
So for that, you need 2 things, conviction and determination. Conviction that Krishna consciousness is the purpose of my life, and determination to walk on that path, no matter what. So sometimes you get less time, sometimes you get more time. In last 15 days, I have average slept not more than 50 hours. Average. Maximum sleep I got is 5.5 hours. But my watch says 3 hours only. It's a digital watch I recently got. So I'm going to go and sleep today. Otherwise, my health will be an issue. So conviction and determination. And I am missing both, really speaking, really honest with you. So that will come only when you read Prabhupada books. Bhakti starts with books. Bhakti starts with association, yes. But Bhakti starts with association with those who give the purpose of the book. You know this, no? I cannot associate with a karmi. Will be of any use? No. I will associate with devotees. Why? And what is the benefit of association with devotees? They will tell you the essence of books. If you meet a devotee, what he will tell? He will tell how is Krishna great, what is the life, what is the purpose of life, ahar, nidra, bhaya, methun, and all that. Now where he is telling? He is telling from the scriptures. Scriptures may be written or coming in parampara, verbally, orally. That is different. But they are the essence of the scriptures. So scriptures are the essential thing. And Prabhupada scriptures are different from normal scriptures. So the conviction and determination, everything is on the paper, as Prabhupada rightly said, but to implement it is very difficult. So that conviction will come only when we read Prabhupada. when I started reading, I was a voracious reader. As an academician and as a student, I used to read a lot of study. I used to write 10 hours. Even when I was a professor in Bharati Vidyapit, you may be surprised. I was not a devotee that time. I used to study 10 hours. I used to wake up till like 1 p.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I used to get up at 6 a.m. And I was reading power electronic books, this book, that book, Ned Mohan, Ramamurthy, Harun Rashid, whatever these books are there. I don't know whether they are still available, but I used to read a lot of books. And 10 hours. And I used to write everything I read. Whatever I read, I used to write only. I used to study by writing only. I was 10 hours. But after coming to Krishna consciousness, I was not carrying out that passion or skill in bhakti. Even today. But then when I started reading Bhagavatam, I didn't get any point from Bhagavatam. कंटाला आता था, नींद आती थी, बोर होता था, and I used to give up. One day I decided that no matter what, whether I understand or I don't, I will read it. And slowly, it started. I started getting interest. But still, now in this phase, in some months, I am finding that I am not getting what I am reading. तो समझ रहा ही नहीं क्या पढ़ रहा हूँ. Like that. So, schedule, read Prabhupada books. I have heard from Gaurang Prabhu long back, maybe 1999. He came to Jaydev Prabhu's house. There was a regular Bhagavad Gita program conducted by Radhesham Prabhu. And he came that time, and he was very young, 99, you can imagine, 25 years back. Sometime after Yatra, means November 99. So he came and he was just discussing with some devotees, and he said that he wakes up at 3 a.m. something. So I thought he must be chanting. Then he said, at 3 a.m. I read books, Bhagavatam. I was wondering and I asked few questions to other devotees. अरे सुबह उठ के chanting करके book क्यों पढ़ रहे? But now I am not able to get up at 2 a.m. because I sleep late. But sometime I get at 3 a.m. So whenever I get up early, just 4 months back I used to get up at 2 a.m. regularly. But when what the first thing I used to do, read Bhagavatam for 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever time I have to 4 a.m. So you should give priority to reading. If you read Prabhupada books, then only you will get taste in bhakti. If you don't read Prabhupada books, you will not get taste. Or first thing is Shastra, and then Shastra means Prabhupada purports for us. So that is very important. So how to make schedule effectively? What is the answer? Read Prabhupada. I heard one quote of Radhanath Maharaj on Facebook, but Facebook quotes are not reliable. They come from which source we do not know. Radhanath Maharaj is saying there, it is said, Facebook quote, Grahastha should read Bhagavatam at least for 15 minutes and hear 15 minutes. So this I told because it is very appealing and very concessional. So I told in our group, and there is one devotee, Mahesh Shinde, he stays in Nanded city. So he started reading 15 minutes very meticulously because he followed it. 15 minutes रोज पढ़ना है. प्रभुजी ने सांगितले रोज 15 मिनिट सांगायचं. राधानाथ महाराजांचा कोट आहे. He started reading. And within 1 year, he came to 4th canto. He completed 4th canto, reading 15 minutes every day. So 3-4 years we can read Bhagavatam. If you are not able to read individually, come in group. Is it possible for you to come in group? Any other question?
प्रॉब्लम होता है कि ड्यूरिंग डे टाइम ना आई फील वेरी वीक एंड मैं सो जाता हूँ और वो टाइम मेरा चला जाता है एटलीस्ट 2 घंटा 2 hours और 1.5 hour
1.5 hour कलाकाई में चला जाता है.
सोने में चला जाता है. आई फील वेरी वीक.
How much time you sleep at night?
At night I generally sleep at 11.
How much time you sleep? 6 hours you get?
No.
Less. Why? Means you wake up, you
I wake up
stay awake? Stay awake. At what time you go to sleep?
almost at 11, 10:30, after 10:30, 11.
10:30 and get up at 4?
Or 3:30, 4 के बीच में.
3:30. 5 hours.
Sometimes 4 also, because the 2 days Seva is express.
So 10:30 to 4 will take, right? 5.5 hours. And you sleep 2 hours in the afternoon.
1.5 hour minimum हो जाता.
7 hours you need. Probably also you may check your vitamin D. You are young, so you may not have deficiency of vitamin D. But for Indians, even though we have plenty of sunlight, this appears to be a non-devotional answer. But this is the correct answer, what we can do. In India, there is a bright sun. In Europe, there is no bright sun. Also, Europeans know the need of getting sunlight. And therefore, they go and take bath in the sunlight. They wear very short, just short, nothing else. And they sleep on back and opposite side. And they get sunlight through the back. So, vitamin D deficiency in Indian is very high chances. And plus, if you are a fair skin person, fair skin, the vitamin D penetrates your body easily. But if you are dark skin, your complexion is dark, then vitamin does not penetrate our body. And therefore, there is further problem of vitamin D. And further exposure to sunlight makes our skin dark, tan. Further problem. So Indians have a severe problem of vitamin D. Some brahmachari, they sit there, no, chanting. They spread their legs and they try to massage their feet while chanting. So one brahmachari, I told him, Prabhuji, have you checked your vitamin D? He said, no, I have to check tomorrow. And tomorrow, next day, day after tomorrow, he came and told me I have vitamin D deficiency. So vitamin D deficiency, you should check blood. Or you should go in the sun. Because we sit in AC and all that. Another is B12. Of course, at your age, there is no problem with B12 because your body is producing B12. And that is a myth that, if you eat non-veg, you get protein. If you eat non-veg, you get B12, like that. Right? But the goat is not eating non-veg. So she is producing B12. And by eating her, we get B12. The orange tree is not eating citrus acid, but the tree is producing oranges. Mango tree cow is not drinking milk, but still cow is giving milk because the body generates milk. The body generates B12, body generates D3. The ability to produce body is less at after certain age of B12 and D3. Therefore, the problem. Of course, D3 you get from sunlight. But D3. So if you anytime feel back pain, fatigue, headache, or your calf pain, or feet, leg pain, you don't want to talk, or tired, or sleepy, or dozing, definitely you have vitamin D, which is if it is abnormal. Plus, vitamin D deficiency decreases your thinking ability, your mind ability. Because brahmacharis at the age of 30, 32, if they have deficiency, I think you are likely to have. You can check if you have not checked. You have checked any time?
No,
please check. The simple B12 400,000 rupees में हो जाएगा. B12 and D3. Of course, you are young, you do not have blood test, but D3 you should check. Or you start getting exposure to sunlight. But for that, clothes are not useful. This, if I go with blazer and full shirt and pant, then I will not get sunlight. Even if I walk in sun, only headache. That's all. No other thing. But your back is to be exposed because back is the biggest part of your body and a lot of sunlight can enter through that. D3 can enter. Yes, any other? So, coming to the practical problem now. Practical was D3. You check your D3 and please report me that I can strengthen my observation. I can pass on to the other devotees also. If you are feeling sleepy in the daytime, then definitely D3 has to do with it. One thing. I suspect that there is a deficiency. But other thing is then what can be done if you are not getting 7 hours sleep and you need 7 hours? because you are young.
And if I sleep in daytime now, I feel very bad. Like I feel myself in most
Guilty.
guilty and tamoguna.
I used to cry when I get up in the afternoon. I never sleep in the afternoon. I only sleep in the night. I cannot sleep only. You feel guilty na after getting up. Wasted time.
Yes, yes.
What you do?
I skip my afternoon. Sometimes I skip my prasad and then I feel because I don't feel like eating because I'm tamoguna lagta hai bahut. And sometimes I take because I have to take.
You. So you can. How many of you are working? Possibility of getting time during office hour to work to read? No. Or do you have that Kindle? I found that I have Kindle with me, but I used it for 2 months and then bag में पड़ा है तो bag में पड़ा है वो 6 महीने. But that with Kindle, my reading improved because very easy to carry, very handy. Bhagavatam carrying is very difficult. That Kindle carrying is very easy. 2 मिनट भी बोल गया मिल गया तो एक परपोट पढ़ना हो जाता है. एक्स्ट्रा ऐसा श्लोका करते करते 25 श्लोका पढ़ा है. In car also you can read. In bus also you cannot read book in bus, but with Kindle you can read because it adjusts the brightness and everything automatically. So try that to improve your reading. Any other? Oh.
Just wanted to.
Yeah, bro.
Yes,
Similar. Huh?
like for vitamin D you said sunlight, and for vitamin B12,
B12 you have to eat sprouts, you have to eat curd. Means where there are bacteria, that there are living entities, because and your body is B12 producing ability is also important, because cow does not have to drink milk or she has to eat that grass she produces. So those who have deficiency means that body's ability has decreased, they can eat, or you can also eat sprouts and curd and milk also, but milk you get little, but curd and sprouts you get. And there are 2-3 items I forgot. Otherwise there are tablets. I take tablets. When I take tablets, supplements, 6 months के बाद it's not B12 का range 750 होना चाहिए maximum, 550, 750. और 1200, 1300, 1900 जाता है मेरा. Then a doctor asked me in the next pathology, बढ़ जाने का doctor tells now stop it. I stop for 3-6 months and then again symptom starts. And again I start B12. Again I take the blood test. And the next blood test deficiency. Then again I eat. Cycle अभी थोड़ा पता चल गया मुझे. Like that. B12 symptoms are similar: fatigue, back pain, muscle pain, then headache. Headache is one of the sign of B12 deficiency. There are many others. Some devotees get B12 deficiency. Now, this Gaur Gopal Prabhu used to tell that he gets everyday headache when he was not the now Gaur Gopal Prabhu, earlier Gaur Gopal. So he used to tell that headache hota hai. My suggestion I never spoke to him. My suggestion was check your vitamin B12 and D3. मुझे vitamin D3 का deficiency था ना. I used to get headache every day because I had a similar problem. Similar, same, everyday headache. I used to get up at headache. I used to sleep with headache every day. But I started taking supplements of D3. Headache is gone. Surprising. पैर ऐसे दर्द देते थे, पूरा गोवर्धन परिक्रमा में ऐसा लगता था कि कभी होगा परिक्रमा. बट विद विटामिन D3 फैंटास्टिक, नो इश्यू. लेस आपको पेन तो होता ही है 24 किलोमीटर. यस सर.
like you were telling, after 50 years, so you are not getting that much inclination to eat and all things.
हाँ, देखिए 2-3 चीजें. अभी मूवीज में कोई मूवी अभी देखने में कभी मिलता है. कभी कैसे होता है, I go to my parents' place and there's my brothers and they are watching and we are sitting in the same room. Interesting. Cricket, no interest. Food also interest gone. Yes.
But how much is it applicable? Like is it in general or what? Like I see, like Birbal once gave example. Birbal once gave example when Akbar went to see his soldier who was dying. Even at the deathbed, he was still having attraction.
So that's why I told you 3 specific. Right? So that is for practicing devotees. इस्कॉन में इतना स्वीट खाते हैं ना, इतना फूड खाते हैं, पूरे साउथ इंडियन खाते, पंजाबी खाते, बंगाली खाते, स्वीट्स एंड आइटम्स, ज्यादा कोई अट्रैक्शन रहता नहीं है. बचपन में टू गो टू एनी पार्टी एंड एनी रिलेटिव्स हाउस, द मेन अट्रैक्शन वाज पोहा मिलेगा उधर, उधर वड़ा पाव मिलेगा, इधर दही वड़ा होगा, इधर कचौरी होगा, मैरिजेस में, पार्टीज में. अभी वो टेंशन आता है, तो बहुत खाया है. जैसे एग्जांपल दे रहे हैं, बलून. 1 year old boy, you give him balloon, he is excited. 10 years boy, if you give him balloon, he will throw it immediately. Naturally है ना वो. You like different things in different age. That's what I told last. Yes, it happens, Prabhu. No. That sexual attraction you are talking, that I cannot guarantee for anybody. Akbar Wilbur ka tha na, deathbed, old man was there. So that why Rasgulla attraction has gone, because we have eaten a lot of Rasgulla. I do not want to hint you anybody anything, but see, if I have not eaten a lot of food in my life, the food attraction will still remain. About food it is true, but not about sex. If you do a lot of sex attraction will increase. So these three things is there, but movies, sports, and general political talk or gossip, that interest is also gone. Because we are practicing, that may not go for ordinary people, but for devotees it will go. Say 25 साल के बाद उतना तो आना ही चाहिए ना, अभी थोड़ा तो ये तो होना ही चाहिए, तो क्या है, तो we are directly doubting the spiritual practice. And also one thing I will tell you, a person may fail to follow the rules. After 20, 30 years of practice, he may give up Krishna consciousness. But there is nothing wrong in the process. The wrong is with the person. Even I do many mistakes. Simple, big mistakes in my life. But, and somebody may question, even after practicing for 25 years, now I am with 25 years completed already. How can this happen? How this can happen? So does chanting works? Chanting definitely works. But that is my personal problem. Mercedes car, they say that there are no accidents with Mercedes, right? But a person can still make accidents with Mercedes. Problem is not with the car, the problem is with the driving of the person. So, problem. But if that person would not have been a devotee, he would have made a bigger mistake. But after practicing for 25 years, he made it. And we do not know what is the journey of that person. That person who is so-called fallen may be more advanced than the so-called advanced devotee. We do not know. That may be a necessary in his devotional service journey. Sometimes a person is batting from first over, and at the end of 25 overs, he has scored 100 and he has scored say 70 runs in 110 balls. And somebody like Yuvraj Singh comes at the end at 25th over, and at the end of 40 over, Yuvraj has scored a century, and this person is still on 92 only. It has happened. So, but at the 25th over, it appears that this person is very great and Yuvraj is just on 0. But at the end of 45th over, Yuvraj has scored a century and his strike rate is 200. I don't know, you know Yuvraj Singh? One of the greatest batsmen, middle order. India won matches in those periods only because of him. Yes, any other comment or question? You can stop at 8:25. Huh?
Like in middle of the class, you are saying that now you are chanting 32 rounds and then 2 hours book reading. So almost you are giving 5 hours for this Krishna consciousness and more, like morning program, other thing. Like and also in the starting of the class, you told that currently someone is on the 45th years over and we are on the first over. So it should not be comparison.
Yes.
So like, but still you have such a responsibility, like college and other things, like and then counseling. still you are able to give the 5 hours. Prioritize this Krishna question. And for hours, like we are on like a 1 or first or second like over, then we are able to give not, we are feeling difficult to do just like a 1 hour, 1 hour like to devotional service, like reading and hearing. In middle of the class you give the answer, but still like can you more emphasize on
What is the question then? I understood the point, but question and
means how then we
Oh.
can
I will tell you how I do it. 4 o'clock I get up. 4:30 to 7:30 I am in the temple. I was there till 1 month back. I was there till Guru Puja, and just prior to that I was till the Bhagavatam. And I want Radhesham Prabhu has not he has said that you have to attend Bhagavatam. He said he will cut down on chanting and cut down on reading also, but you attend. Good morning. I am going to do that then. Just give me 1 month. So 4:30 to 7:30 I am in the temple hall. 7:30 I go home. 7:40 तक. उसके बाद I chant up to 8. And I chant average 6 minutes 1 round. So before starting chanting at 5:25, I've already chanted 2 rounds. So 21 rounds I chant, so 2 rounds 23. And while going home, I chant 1 more round. And after going, I chant 3 rounds. 27 rounds तो हो जाते. While going, I chant 4 rounds, 3 to 4 rounds. I go sometime in car, meantime I go in walk. If I go by walk, then I get more time. While coming also, I chant 3, 4 rounds. That's 32 rounds are over. Then after 8, I read. Right? Or I do DT worship up to 8:20. And then 9:15, ये हो जाता है Bhagavatam. I hear Bhagavatam. 9:10, 9:15. Then 9:15, half an hour I read. And I take breakfast and go 10 o'clock. In college, not to tell openly, but 1 hour I read. 10 to 11. 10:15 to 11:15, whatever. First 1 hour I read. And I told that I study. But what I study that nobody should know. Why should they know? Only I should get inspiration to do my work. And I have told that there are so many things in Bhagavatam that even a karmi can benefit. And there are. My position is director. For a director, how to treat people, how to get the work done, how to inspire them. There are so many stories in Bhagavatam. So I read 1 hour. Then after coming home, we have group reading from 7 to 8:30. So I reach by around 6:30. Average I am saying. And after 8:30 I get time. So if I am walking, I hear also. First Bhagavatam to ho gaya hearing, then I hear also. And many times when I am doing my work, mail writing, I hear in the corridors. Go headphone dal diya, laptop pe you can change the screen. Still you can do parallel work. No? तो मल्टीटास्किंग होता है. तो एक स्क्रीन पे लेक्चर चल रहा है, एक स्क्रीन पे मैं कुछ मेल टाइप कर रहा हूँ. Night also I read, I hear. After 8:30, I don't take dinner at night. I take only breakfast and lunch. Lunch at 2:30. While lunch also I read, I hear. So I'm not hearing more than 1 hour average. I used to hear 2 hours when it was work from home, and even after that 1 year. But last 6 months, not 2 hours hearing, but 1 hour hearing. So I spend almost 9 hours direct Krishna conscious activities. If I am able to sleep at 9, then I will get up at 2. If I get up at 2, then I can read 2 hours directly there, and other time I can hear. Hearing is more easier in office than reading. And if I read on Kindle, then reading is also very easy. Because Kindle पे कुछ समझता है, उल्टा रख दिया बस, laptop type है वो तो doesn't doubt. This is what you wanted?
Yes.
Yes. And you cannot compare your schedule to my schedule, because I am 55 plus. Second is, my job is director's position. I'm in a college. The work culture is different. Though there are a lot of pressures, but I am director since 14 years. So I know what to do, how to do, like that. Plus, I have no family responsibilities much. Me and my wife stays, and we are almost no responsible. My mother is there. She has come just 10 days back. Means I have no time to give to anybody else than me, except devotees and counselees and other things. And I do my seva. Sometimes we have meeting, TMC meeting. Sometimes I go to Kunj Bihari like that. So So I find time for my seva and other things. There are more online, and I can work in college also. But for you, it is very different. No? You have so much of responsibility, and one of the responsibility for you is to dream for your future. You have to dream. I don't know how much you are, but you may be worried about how much wife, how good wife you will get. But पत्नी कैसी मिलेगी ये टेंशन है कि नहीं आपको? है कितने लोगों को है? ऑनेस्टली बोलिए, होता है, सबको होता है। बोले हाथ पर क्या, उसमें क्या है? पत्नी आने के बाद भी टेंशन है वो। That Prabhuji, no, I don't want to tell his name, but he was in your group, so he also sometimes tell me want to searching a match for him. अच्छी पत्नी मिलना टेंशन ही है ना, पूरा लाइफ डिपेंडेंट है। सी पूरा लाइफ आपका जो मटेरियल लाइफ है ना, एक ही चीज पर डिपेंडेंट है, आपकी वाइफ कौन है, कैसी है, पूरा लाइफ। इफ यू आर सेटिस्फाइड, सर्वलक्ष्मण प्रभु दैट डे वाज टेलिंग दैट प्रभुपाद सेड जिसके पास मनी है वो भाग्यवान है, जिसके पास हेल्थ है वो बहुत भाग्यवान है, जिसके पास अच्छी सुंदर वाइफ है, सुशील वाइफ है, वो बहुत ही भाग्यवान है। टू गेट ए पार्टनर ऑफ योर चॉइस, don't tell to Radhesham bro. If you get a partner of your choice, whom you really feel, no, connected, that's why the joke is there ना हिंदी में, जिंदगी में इस जगत में दो प्रकार की पत्नियां होती है, एक जो बहुत सुशील हो, बहुत सुंदर हो, पति की आज्ञा पूरी फॉलो करती हो, जो पति से कभी लड़ती नहीं है, जो पति से हर वक्त प्यार करती है, जो पति का हर कहना मानती है, जो पति के माता पिता का ख्याल रखती है, पति से कभी डिमांड नहीं करती है, शॉपिंग के लिए पति की जितनी आमदनी है उसमें गुजारा कर लेती है, पति को हर वक्त खुश रखने का प्रयास करती है। ये पहले टाइप की पत्नी होती है। दूसरे टाइप की पत्नी जो हम सबके पास होती है so, getting a wife, your spouse, whom you really connect में सब आता है, love है, passion है। Prabhupada also told, unless you feel attracted to your wife, you cannot have family life. ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है पत्नी लेकिन I don't get attracted? You should get attracted. Otherwise, there is no family life. But that can be channelized later. So, if you get that, you are the luckiest person. Prabhupada ने बोला ये सर्वलक्षण को last class, you are the luckiest person in the world. And how many people are such lucky people? I have not found anyone till now.
What about you? What about you?
रोज ही तो Yes, any other question? Next question, please. I am lucky. Because there are many aspects, whether your wife is, your spouse, I will say, not wife, spouse is assisting you in Krishna consciousness, whether she is matured, understanding, like that. और सभी में कुछ ना कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम होता है, कौन है ऐसा प्रॉब्लम नहीं? Yes.
Many times I found that when I read, I could not understand, but when I hear after that reading, that gives a lot of understanding of the
Same lecture, on the same point.
on the same.
That's good. So do that. Double dose. But when we read a purport or a chapter, and when we hear lecture on a particular shloka. And the devotee who is giving the class is not necessarily speaking on the chapter. He is speaking, something related to that point which is mentioned there. But if you are getting understanding more, then continue that. All of you can follow that. Any other question? Or we should stop? Yes. That's why Shravana means more of reading. Hearing is there definitely. So, but reading is also hearing, na? Because Prabhupada is telling you, and when you are hearing the audience, the speaker is speaking. If you lose the track, then the lost. But in reading, there is again touch back. Go back. That's why reading is more important than hearing. Prabhupada books. If you get only 1 hour and you can do reading or hearing, I will personally recommend, I don't know whether it is correct, read Prabhupada books instead of hearing. That day, if you get only one choice to do, you prefer reading. You stop here. Any question you have? Any other question you feel? Or if you are searching for your partner, life partner, remember my joke. I told you joke, no? दो प्रकार की पत्नियां होती है, and you will get what you have only. So please do not have a very fantasy plan for your wife. Do not put any expectation on her. She will be very normal wife, and she may be obedient, and she may not be very intelligent. Those who are obedient, they are not very smart sometimes. No, सब लोग कहते गांव से लेके आऊंगा मैं, गांव से लेके आओगे, लेकिन बाद में 20 साल के बाद आपको लगेगा अरे क्या है, छोटे छोटे चीजें समझ नहीं है. फ्लाइट का बुक टिकट करने बोला है मैंने, उसको नहीं आ रहा है. आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल. दिस मे नॉट बी ट्रू. Right? There are exceptions, and there are other examples also. So what I mean is that there is always being obedient to the husband is definitely recommended in the scripture. Wife should be obedient, right? But that is good for your spiritual practices and your peaceful life. But for happy life, obedient wife is not sufficient. Because we have other expectations from wife also. No? When Shastra say that wife should be obedient, it means she has all the other qualities and then she is obedient. But not thinking of not having other qualities and being only obedient is good from Shastric point of view, definitely. Shastra has mentioned that only obedient is very good quality of a wife. But in practical day-to-day life, do you need only obedience from your wife? खाना ही बनाने नहीं आ रहा है, obedient है, क्या यूज है? तो प्यार ही नहीं करती, obedient है, क्या यूज है? आपको साथ ही नहीं दे रही, भक्ति नहीं बनी, क्या यूज है? चैंटिंग ही ठीक से नहीं कर रही, क्या यूज है? सो रही है 4 बजे, आप उठ रहे बेचारे, अब ज्यादा उठाने गए तो बोलेगी आप भी सो जाओ. One devotee was telling me he was coming morning program. माता जी नहीं आ रही, माता जी ने आपको 2 बार ट्राई किया, 3 बार उसने मुझे सुला, तो मैंने उसको बोलना बंद कर दिया. ज्यादा डरो मत वाइफ के बारे में, ज्यादा टेंशन भी मत लो, ज्यादा अच्छी मिले तो यहीं फंस जाओ. It is Krishna's arrangement that a man can physically torture wife, but a lady has a capacity to mentally torture. That is what devotee says. I am not. This is not my saying. आजकल तो बहुत झगड़े होते हैं. सुना है कि नहीं सुना है? ड्यूटी में बोल रहा हूँ. घर में लोग तो रह लेते हैं क्योंकि दोनों से कोई एक्सपेक्टेशन रखते नहीं, अलग अलग लाइफ. ड्यूटी वी हैव टू स्टे ऑलवेज टुगेदर, and they find their own way to remain happy. Non devotee, they work and they enjoy their life own day. They drink, eat, have friends. Even the ladies have their boyfriend is gender, male part, and they have a lot many other outlets to satisfy their what you say, whatever are their desires or needs. Devotee has to be in a framework, and then so only pray to Krishna that if you are worried about your wife, and don't have many expectations, because she will be the wife which everybody has. एक जो दूसरी सबके पास होती है, वही वाइफ मिलेगी आपको. अगर आपको मिली, मैंने जैसे बोला है फर्स्ट कैटेगरी वाली, तो आप मुझे जरूर आके मिले, तो उनको भी दंडवत प्रणाम करना चाहूंगा. And I would like to really know, because I am also doing case studies on this. Right? बोलोगे आप? I wish that you will get a very good wife. Huh? ये अच्छा, आप गौरव स्वभाव वाले हो? नित्यानंद स्वभाव वाले कौन है? बाल बड़े वाले क्या सब? हाँ। देखो, वो जरूरी है, अगर शादी करना है बाल बढ़ाना चाहिए। बिकॉज लेडीज लाइक बड़े बड़े बाल ऐसे थोड़ी, लाइक मूछे। जरा मूछे जो काटते हैं तो कभी कभी डालते हैं ना हम, तो बोलती है क्या है, शेर विदाउट मूछे कैसे लगेगा? शेर नहीं, क्या बोलते हैं, सिंह। तो आई थिंक यू आर डूइंग राइट थिंग।